just post it.
Yeah.
So, and I let her whenever.
No bigs. All right, I will get started then. So just to start everything off, I really hope, can somebody send me a message if my internet starts to cut out, because our internet has been terrible today. It's been a nightmare. So I just want to start out by first congratulating all 4 of the coaches who showed up on Sunday's Team Rise training. So that's going to be something that I'm going to offer when we're in a push for something, when people are asking me the same questions over and over and over. And it's more going to be an interactive training, or like a way to push your business forward or our businesses forward together collectively as a team. So stay tuned for that. Keep that open. I actually really like the Sunday evening. I don't know if that works for everybody, but it was kind of nice because the whole weekend is over, and it was just like, okay, Kyle can go and make dinner, and while he's doing that, or while he's walking the dog, I can be in here and doing this call, and there's no pressure. So if that works, then I'm going to keep that time, 6:15 p.m. It gives that little bit of a leeway for people to jump on, and then we'll for sure be starting, within that first 5 to 10 minutes. So if that's Gucci, then I will definitely, keep that around. But I want to give a huge shout out to Bethany, to Michael Catherine, to Courtney, and to Chantel for showing up on that first call. You guys are all brand new coaches and freaking crushing it ever since that call. So it's incredible to hear. I have to give a huge shout out to Chantel and Michael Catherine, who have signed up their first coach. So they are 1 out of their 2 already, literally within a day, within 24, 48 hours. That's incredible. My girl Chantel had 2 people commit to coaching yesterday. One of them signed up, one is waiting until Thursday, and she sent me a message today and said, I am going to find somebody else so that she hits emeralds. That's how fire we are. And the 4 of you are on fire. I think it's amazing. So stay in that energy. Utilize that. Don't get your eyes off the prize. Remember what I said in that call, which was, don't let Emerald take longer than it needs to. If you feel for any moment that it's starting to get hard or frustrating, go take a breather, go walk away and come back, go out and do something that brings you joy, brings you, incredible excitement. Don't let this drag you down. Don't let this be something that, frustrates you. You should not ever go to bed. This is my rule of thumb when it comes to coaching, and I have done this for so long. My rule is I do not go to bed angry at coaching. I don't. I refuse to. I will not work my face off that makes me angry going to bed, or frustrated, or feeling agitated with coaching. I always will work or do the work that I need to do that makes me feel excited, that makes me feel joyful, that makes me feel appreciative of coaching. And every single morning I wake up and I'm excited to do this work. There really has not ever been a day in over 4 years that I've gotten up in the morning and I'm like, oh my God, I wish I had another job. Never. I cannot believe it. It's mind-blowing. And that's my rule, is I do not go to bed frustrated, angry, annoyed, whatever. I will not work my face off. That's me personally. If you have a different personality where you have more of that roughness, where you're like, no, I'm not going to bed until I hit this damn goal. I know Kaylin's a little bit like that. I know you're you've got that in you, that grit, but as long as it's not pissing you off, as long as it's not making you angry, if you start to get frustrated at coaching, that's when you walk away. There's a difference between I'm going to hit this goal because I want to versus I'm going to hit this goal. I need to hit this goal, and it's just dragging you out. So keep that in mind. Don't let emeralds take longer than it needs to, because believe me, which is exactly what I'm going to talk about tonight, it's going to be short, sweet, simple, to the point, and you can ask any questions that you guys have. But let me just check on Taylor. She's just having issues getting onto the link. That's so weird. You guys didn't have any issues, did you? That's so weird. Okay. Okay, so that's a huge shout out. Courtney, my other girl, Courtney, she signed up her first client with a bod membership earlier, I think on the weekend, which was like right on that day that we were doing that training, which is amazing. So all of you guys, and I know that Bethany, you are crushing it. I already know I've like been creeping. I'm like, how are they doing? How are they doing?
She's getting a girl on bod too.
Excellent. Excellent. So that's amazing. Keep that going. Lean into that. With that being said, oh my gosh, so cute. I want to lay out this, it's kind of complicated. It's a little bit of a mindset, a little bit of a realness, but I want to talk to you about how quickly your business can change, how quickly your business can go from one thing to another, like in the matter of a day, in the matter of a week, in the matter of months. Your business can completely transform. So you can literally go from zero, coach, nothing, to Success Club, Emerald, earning Team Cycle bonus in the span of 24 hours. Like that's how quickly it can happen, right? If it's not 24 hours, it can happen in a few days. It can happen in 4 days, in 5 days, in a week. Within 1 week, you can hit Success Club, your rank advancement, and now all of a sudden you can unlock that potential to see Team Cycle bonus. That's how quickly, yay, Taylor, you got it. I'm so happy. That's how quickly your business can change in the matter of seconds. In the matter of 2 coach signups, you go from coach to Emerald. It's already a huge jump. That jump from coach to Emerald unlocks that potential to Team Cycle bonus. But here's what happens, and I hit on this on the weekend, but here's what happens. We look for quick money. We quickly are like, okay, I hit this rank, now what? I want to see this money, I want to see this money, but we don't see it. All it takes is 1 or 2 more people, and all of a sudden, you're seeing that payout. But what we do, too often I see people stop. They stop at that point and they stop pushing forward. They stop looking for those new people. They stop signing up those new people, those new coaches. And then they're like, okay, well, it's not working. It's not gonna happen. But all they had to do within the span of 24 hours, they could have had that success. I saw Bethany's screen freeze, so she might, I'm guessing it froze for her, so she'll jump back on. What'd you say?
Sorry, I was muted. I saw it here too, so that's probably what happened.
Yeah. Okay. So within the span of like a day, your business can go from nothing, zero, SC zero, you're a coach, you haven't done anything, to Emerald, Emerald again, double Emerald, getting your Emeralds back, Success Club, making $50, $100, $150. Like that's how quickly your business can take a turnaround. The same thing happens the other direction. Your business can go from 0 to 100 in the matter of 24 hours, but it can also go the other way. If you stop doing your work, if you stop showing up, if you stop inviting people, your business can just flop and it'll go away. And just like that, in a matter of seconds, your business crashes. And my business has done that many times. I have had a very rocky up and down. We all know my business story throughout the 4 years. It's been up and down, up and down, up and down, but that's through the seasons of life that I've gone through. And I admit to that. I teach about it. I talk about it publicly. I share about it. But my business has gone up and down, up and down. And the reason is because in those moments, those split moments, my business changes. And in those moments, it changes. You then have to fix it, or you then have to get it back. You then have to build it up. Whatever happens in that moment where things shift, you then have to fix it or bring it back to what it was. Or in that moment, your business changes, your business grows, your business boosts. So the same way that you can go from zero, SC0, you can go to SC10. In the same way you can go from coach to emerald, you can end up going from emerald to triple emerald, or triple emerald to diamond within the span of a week, 2, 3 weeks, even a month. It's really not that long. And all of a sudden, within a couple of months, your business completely transforms. And I say this because that's exactly what has happened in the last 6 weeks for my business. My business was consistent. It was the same for literally like over almost 2 years. It was insane. It was just steady. And remember, 2019 for me was a very maintaining year. And coaching, I say this honestly, the reason I was able to get through everything that happened in 2019 personally was because I kept coaching and because I kept that maintenance. But it wasn't a year of growth for me in my business. And then leading into this year, then I got pregnant, and then I was like dying in bed for 9 weeks. And I was like, well, I can't even work even if I wanted to. So I just kept that very consistent maintenance. And then all of a sudden I started feeling better. I started sitting down. I started doing my work, and my business has completely transformed in 6 weeks. We are literally 2 coaches away from being a 1-star, from Kyle getting to diamond, 2 coaches away from Kyle getting to diamond. It's insanity. The growth is like boom. My volume has skyrocketed. My volume on my weak leg. Now remember, your volume on your weak leg is really what determines how much team cycle bonus you get. So my volume, my strong leg has a lot. So I don't really need to ever worry about that. I always have to be building my weak leg. And my weak leg volume has doubled from 4 weeks ago. Doubled. This week, it's already well over 1,000. Last week, it was at 7 something. The week before, 7 something. The week before, 950. The week before, 500. It's doubled in the span of 4 weeks. That's double the amount of team cycle bonus that I'm getting. That team cycle bonus is mine, but it's also team cycle bonus for Kyle's. So his business went from a double emerald business to triple, going to be triple, plus then diamond within the span of a couple of weeks. That's what happened. And all of a sudden, he's going from making no team cycle bonus, or like, you know, a couple dollars here and there. He had one really good week where it was $100, and it's all up and down. It's not reliable. Now, all of a sudden, within the span of a couple of weeks, his business is now going to be bringing in a consistent, steady volume. Why? Because just a couple of coaches, just a couple of people who decided to say yes. You will hit this level, and then this amount of result will happen. But then if you don't keep going, this will either fall or it will just stay there. It doesn't matter really what they do. Your entire organization has to grow. You constantly have to be growing and progressing, not just staying there. Otherwise, it's always going to just stay exactly where it is. But in the matter of a couple people, you can boost your income. You can go from emerald to diamond. You can go from $14 team cycle bonuses to $18 team cycle bonuses. You can go from a couple hundred volume to 1,000 volume. Those things can happen in the span of a couple people. That's really what I want you to be able to wrap your head around, that it does not take 50 people. It does not take 20 people. Your business can completely transform with a couple of people. You can have a couple of coaches who come in and all of a sudden they're the right coaches. They are wanting to be here. They are willing and open-minded and coachable, and they go and do that work. Boom. Now you have coaches who are building volume for you. Now you have coaches who you are rank advancing because of. Now you have coaches who are earning commissions themselves, and you get a matching bonus when you hit diamond. So like there's just so many different things. All of a sudden you can have a paycheck that is $40. You help those couple of people. Those people go and help people, and you're like, what? This is awesome. This is amazing. Because it's like, one of your first times that it's happening, or it's happened for the first time in a long time. And you're like, this is dope. I'm so excited. And then all of a sudden you go from a $40 paycheck to a $140 paycheck or more in that quick second. Now imagine you did that every single week and every single month. In the span of a few months, your business can go from 1 or 2-star diamond to 8-star qualifying. I have a friend who, I don't know if any of you guys follow Shauna Blunn. I talk about her all the time, or I'm always interacting with her. She lives kind of close to me, like a few hours away, but she's 25. She started this business, I think 3 or 4 years ago as well. And she was a 2-star, finished as 2-star premier in 2019. So awesome, so great. She's now 4 months into the year, 8-star qualifying. 8-star qualifying. And not only is she 8-star qualifying in her business center, her first business center, she also has 2 diamonds in her second business center. Whatever it is. She's got like 9 or 10 diamonds. That's how quickly your business can grow. Those people, you just need a couple of people. Think about it. All I need is a few people. Those few people go and do a few things, and together your business blows up. So I want to give you a little bit of a vision just to have, and again, this could be way over top of your head, and that's totally fine. Even I'll tell this to Kyle, like 4 years into it, I'll explain it to him, and he's still like, okay, that's cool. Like it's just goes right by him. It's so funny. But I do want to share it if you are money driven. If you get money driven, I need you to really soak this in. So your business can go from coach to emerald to diamond to 2-star. And in that jump, you can go from making a rocky few dollars to $1,000 a month consistently or more. Then you hit 2-star. You hold that 2-star. So let's say you guys are all going to hit 2-star. We're all going to hit 2-star for the first time. Means that we have to hold that for 6 weeks. That quarter, we qualify for a quarterly bonus. That quarterly bonus just for 2-star was around $1,000 in the first quarter of this year, 2020. An extra $1,000 on top of all of the income that you're making. Now think about it. If your business is making around let's just say a range of, $600 to $1,000 as a diamond coach. If that's your range as a diamond, think about the volume that you are going to bring in with 2 other diamond organizations. It's obviously not going to be $1,000 from each one because they're earning their own, but that volume that you are making that income from is going to give you an extra probably $500 to $1,000 in total for both of them. Now all of a sudden you're making double the income. You did that in the span of a month or 2 to 3 months, whatever it is, when you set that mind down and you're like, hey, I'm getting to work. And all of a sudden things start moving. It's not necessarily that your business, in a month you hit all of these goals. It's that in a month things start catching on and all of a sudden you're like, whoa, May is just blowing up my momentum. May is blowing up my freaking business. That's what happened to mine in April. March, I sat down for about 2 weeks. I really was sitting down working and I saw nothing. I saw really no growth. Then in April, the first 2 weeks, still no growth. That's 4 weeks with really not seeing anything. In the last 2 weeks of April, I went from here to here. It was crazy. All of a sudden, I'm like, boom, 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 boom. Kyle's almost diamond. I'm hitting Success Club. I've got these people. I signed up a whole bunch of people for things outside of just challenge packs. So I'm making volume myself, commissions, and bringing in all of this money. I had my highest pay ever in the month of April, basically from the last 2 weeks. All of a sudden, that work that I put in for those 4 weeks leading up to it, thinking, what the frick is going on? Why am I not seeing this growth? Why am I not seeing the results? And then all of a sudden, boom, it starts happening. And every single day I'm signing somebody new with something. I'm signing them up with, product. I'm signing them up with a challenge pack. I'm signing them up with their Shakeology. I'm signing them up with a bot. I'm signing them up with coaching. And then they become discount coaches. With a challenge pack, and they become discount coaches. It was wild. That's how quickly things can happen. So you're going to go in that, you're going to have that little spruce of, holy crap, things are really moving. And then all of a sudden you're hitting these goals. And then your business starts to see all of this extra income from different avenues you don't have access to where you are. So let me go back to what I was trying to say for income. 2-star, you open up, you unlock that potential for a quarterly bonus. That's an extra $1,000. So think on top of the consistent, let's say $1,000 to $2,000 that you're making as a 2-star, maybe more than that as a 2-star diamond. As a 2-star diamond, you're bringing that in. You then open up another business center. That at 2-star, every time that an organization hits 2-star, you're allowed to open up another business center. You then build that business center like it's a new person to diamond. But the nice thing is that you have control over it. So you're not relying on this other coach. You have control over it. So that's another what I call controlled account. That controlled account, that business center, contributes to your overall rank. Now all of a sudden you can build that to diamond. Now you're 3-star. You went from diamond or emerald to 3-star within the span of a few months. Even if it's 5 months, 6 months, think about how quickly that is. Think about where you could be in 6 months from now. The money you could be making in 6 months from now. The people you could have in 6 months from now. From that moment. From that moment where everything starts to click. where everything starts to fall into place. All of a sudden, this work that you've been putting in, hunkering down, getting so frustrated. This is literally, I say this because this was me. Literally, right before that moment happened in April, I said to Kyle, I was like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I don't understand. Why am I not doing this? I've been sitting down, hustling my ass off for the last 4 weeks, and I'm not seeing anything. I was having crickets. My inbox was quiet. Nobody was responding to me. Even my clients weren't responding to me. I have my consistent people who are always responding to me, but it was like the outside people, I was just getting nothing. It was like, where is this stale energy? Like, I feel alive. What is happening? I was on my stories. I was doing 10 rounds. I was doing the things, and I was literally palms to my head, like, what the F am I doing wrong? And I kept going. I just kept going. I just kept showing up. I kept doing the invites. I kept getting crickets. I kept going, showing up in my stories, talking as if I have all of the success in the world. Nobody knows this because I continued to show up as if I was already having that success or already having that momentum that I was waiting for. And then boom, in that moment, I couldn't pinpoint that moment, but somewhere the realm of the universe is like, all right, it's time. And it starts to click everything in place. One day after another, it was boom, 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 boom. Almost every single day in the last 2 weeks of April, I was signing somebody up for something, somehow changing my business. Boom, boom, boom. I made most of my money in the last 2 weeks of April, and that's moving me into May. We're going to hit 1 star in, like, hopefully this week, if not next week. We're going to be massively growing. We're going to have Kyle then hitting 1 star because Kaylin's almost to diamond. Now, Kaylin's coaches are hitting emerald. Kyle's coaches are hitting emerald. Like, this is how quickly the business just went from, his business was almost 1 star back in November when we were pushing for this. I was at the same place. I was 1 coach and 1 emerald away. It was so close. And you know what happened? Everything fell apart. The entire organization, besides Kaylin and Taylor, who are on this call, the entire thing fell down. All of it, gone, fell off. I have had to rebuild it since then, and you can only imagine how frustrating that was. I was ready to lose my freaking marbles. I was like, I'm done. This is dumb. I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not even going to try. I've tried to build Kyle's organization twice now, and that was the one I was super close, but I had never kept going when things looked crappy. This time I kept going. This time I didn't stop when it looked like it wasn't working. I was just like, if you just stay the course doing the things, what will happen? That's what I kept saying to myself. What will happen? See what will happen if you just stay the course this time. Don't shift your goals. Don't shift your mindset. Don't shift your belief that this is going to happen. Just keep going where you are. Keep focused. And all of a sudden, we're going to go from a diamond organization to a 1 star, who's then also 1 star, who's then also probably going to go 1 star qualifying because she's going to build her husband's business. And then she's going to have her own coaches who's then going to be 2 star. And then I'm going to go 2 star and 3 star because then I'm going to open my second business center. That's how quickly your business can grow. And again, don't let this like overwhelm you. My point is this: you can transform your business, your income, your success club, your rank, everything to do with your business in a moment. All of a sudden, it starts to click. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to commit to 1 or 2 hours of hustle every single day. Every single day, even on the weekends. So one of the differences that I made in these in these last 6 weeks is I stopped putting my business on like airplane mode. That's literally what I was doing. It basically was putting it on airplane mode on the weekends. I wanted to be present with who I was hanging out with. I always want to be present with Kyle. It's like my biggest thing that I value outside of my business is I want quality time. He's my favorite person on the planet. And especially now that we're having our first baby, all I can think of is I want to soak up this time. But that's not a good excuse. That's not a good excuse, because in a year from now, when we're holding this child, looking at them, and I have those feelings of, I wish I would have done the work. The time that we spent watching Netflix together wasn't worth it to be living this struggling life with a child who's 6 months old. That's what I'm going to be saying to myself. I know it because I've done that for this year, right? I said that to myself. Damn it, I wish I would have, well, whatever. My point is, it's not worth it. So what I do is I talk very openly with the people, whoever I am hanging out with, whether that's friends or, I mean, I don't hang out with friends now because we're freaking quarantined for forever, but even if we are going to like stop by or do something, errands, or grocery shopping, and I literally just sit in the car the whole time, or hanging out with Kyle, I am open communication. I have to get work done. When are you? He's studying right now for a course. So for us, that at least aligns. But if that's not the case for you, and you have people that consume your time on the weekends, ask them, when is a good time for me to do my work for our weekend? Because maybe your husband or your kids, they want to do something. Maybe your mom or your siblings, maybe they have plans, but you just don't know about it. And you obviously don't want to miss out on it. It's the weekend. Everybody wants to throw their hands up and say, goodbye, I'm checking out for the weekend, and go and do fun things. That's what gives us the energy for the week, right? That's why we look forward to the weekend. So instead, ask them, when's a good time for me to do my work? I've got about 1 or 2 hours of work that I've got to power out. I have to get it done. What time works for you? I used to do it on my time, and I realized that that was not working because I always wanted to adjust my schedule to meet Kyle's schedule or my family's schedule or seeing his family's schedule or hanging out with my friends, because they were all like, this is what we're going to do. You want to come hang out? And I'm like, yep, I can do that because I have a flexible schedule. And it didn't work. I never got to it. It always got pushed off to the side. And then those feelings of, dang it, I missed another day of my business. I'm such a failure. The brain just runs off, right? So I started saying to Kyle, what time works for you for me to sit down and do my business? And then you're happy about it because the two of you have come to an agreement of when you're going your separate ways for that hour or two. Then they're not pissing you off and bothering you, right? The other thing is, in those chunks of hustle, I want you to be extremely particular about what things are categorized as hustle. So your hustle work needs to strictly be talking to people, like inviting people, not in your inbox, laughing at gifts, talking to your friends, I don't even consider talking to my coaches or my clients as part of my hustle. That's part of my non-negotiables. But on those days where you only have an hour, your brain is fried, your time is crunched, you only have an hour. Those clients, they will be there tomorrow. They will forgive you. Those coaches, promise you, they are not sweating it out waiting for your response, and they will be there. They will forgive you. Those people who replied to your story, I promise you, they're not thinking about when you're going to respond to them. They will forgive you. You can answer them tomorrow. But those people that you're going to invite, those people could be your moment, the moment that flips everything around. The thing that I want you to remember is in your inviting process, it might not be those people who you are inviting that is going to flip the switch. It might not be those people who you are inviting that are actually going to become the people who become your coaches, who become your emeralds, who become your diamonds, who grow your business. That's the thing that I majorly realized and got reminded of over the last 2 weeks in April. I would sit down and do my invites, and those people that I was inviting were not the people who were signing up. The inviting activity is the way you show the universe that you are here to work and to receive the people who are here to build your business. Call it freaking fake, call it woo-woo, call it whatever the hell you want. I'm telling you it's real. Because every single time that I sat down and invited, it wasn't those people who signed up. But if I didn't invite, I didn't get the people to sign up. They didn't come to me. They didn't reach out to me. They didn't talk to me. I didn't think of messaging them. So your action, your hustle is inviting. It's following up with people and truly following up with people. Not a, hey, just wanted to check in. I'm talking a true follow-up. Like, hey, I wanted to check in. I have a boot camp. I've got 2 spots left. Did you want to get in or not? Like a firm, confident, standing tall, no bullshit, no beating around the bush kind of follow-up. And then thirdly, it's making content that you can invite from / will get you results. So the reason I put on our team call photo, that transformation picture that I shared in that little bubble, I posted that yesterday. So yesterday I had like a total pregnancy day. My brain was not functioning whatsoever. I felt like literally trash, like trash. I had the worst headache. It was terrible, but I kept pushing through and I was like, I'm just going to do work. And so the quality work that I did was I shared that post, which I then had 30 plus people to invite to today. So your hustle, if it's content creation, it's inviting to the thing that you are inviting to publicly. Make it strategic. Go and save that post if you want it as a reminder for that's the type of post that is a content money-making creation. That content, that piece had a purpose. It was talking and selling a program. It was talking about a sale. And it was connecting and telling somebody, hey, if this is the problem you have, then I have this solution for you. That's what that post was. It wasn't like a post that is meant to get a ton of likes. It wasn't a post that was, designed to be all fluffy and whatnot. It was a straightforward, this is what I've got. I can hook you up. That content is considered in your hustle hour. If it's content that is just to post, because obviously we have this rule, you consistently show up in your social media, you show up for a purpose, for your people, you share your journey, your stories, all of that. If any of that is not inviting to your group, I don't put it in my hustle hour. If I've only got 1 hour to work my business or 1 functioning brain hour during pregnancy, I am doing inviting, following up, and content creation if I've got it in my mind. That's it. You do not have to overdo yourself to grow this business. One of the things that I hear most often is that coaches are doing the wrong activities to actually grow their business. They are checking into their boot camp, which are already paying customers. Don't get me wrong. Always serve the people that you have that are already a customer or a follower. Believe me, I am always going to tell you that. But if you've got 1 hour, and you have a goal of building a full-time business or building a business that gets to $1,000 a month, checking in on your boot camp is not going to get you there. It's just the cold, hard truth. You don't have to run a boot camp yourself as a brand new coach, because that's additional work that you are putting on top of yourself, because you're learning, you're training, you're figuring things out. So I am super on it for my new coaches. Don't start a new boot camp yourself. Utilize the one that your coach runs already. Okay? You can utilize mine, you can utilize your personal sponsor coach. You can utilize that as a tool. And I share every single month. I share the pieces, my words are losing me. The images that I'm going to, Kaylin, you're laughing at me. The images that I am going to share to talk about the boot camp, I will share that in the team page. You can use that literally as your own. I always make sure that it doesn't say like me, my name, anything like that, because I want you to be able to talk about it as if it's your own. How do you show up in there as if it's your own? You show up. Literally, that's it. I say this all the time. People don't know what they don't know. They have no idea that you are not the full leader of that boot camp. They have no idea. They're going to get into that boot camp and think it's the coolest freaking thing that there are other women showing up, being accountable, drinking their shake, getting results, talking happy things. They're not thinking, who started this? Who's running this? Who's the coach? Is she even a coach? Is she doing this? Does she even run her own team? Is she lazy? They're not thinking those things. So you don't need to put that extra task on top of yourself to get your business making the money that it needs to make. When you're making that money, then go add those tasks on top of your to-do list. But until you're making that money, utilize that opportunity, or until you know how to run it in a very effective time, go and utilize what you already have access to, okay? Okay, I'm closing out, shutting up, I'm zipping my mouth. At the end of the day, I want you to really grasp the idea, and this, just keep telling yourself, if this is what you have to use as an affirmation, use this. My business can transform any moment. But if you stop, if you don't do that hustle for an hour or two every single day, if you've got 2 hours, then you can add in the sharing on stories. You can add in the boot camp crap. You can add, I say crap just because it's just an extra task that takes up your time. I have the time to do it. I work all day on this business, but not everybody has that. I understand that. I won't have that when I have this baby. That's not going to be the case. It's not going to be like that. So don't put these extra things on top of yourself, on top of your to-do list that don't need to be there in order to grow your business. You can show up in your boot camp tomorrow. I promise you, your people are going to love you and forgive you because you're showing up as yourself and authentically. I promise, okay? Your business can change in any given moment. Any given moment, you can go from here to way up here. You guys have this. You are amazing. If you ever have any questions, please send me a message. Even if you are Kaylin's coaches, you guys can totally always send me a message. If there's something that you feel that you can ask me, believe me, I talk to Kaylin every single day. If it's something that I think she could explain to you, I'm happy to tell her or send you her way. But never feel like you cannot reach out to me. I am always here, always available. I'm never too busy for you guys. If I don't answer, it's because I'm spending quality time with either my dog sleeping or Kyle. Other than that, I always usually have my phone on me or I'm answering it. If it's something that you can figure out yourself, I will usually wait and drag it out a little bit to see if you'll go and do it. Otherwise, I'll just send you in that direction. But please never hesitate to ever send me a message to ask a million questions. The more questions you ask, the more learning you're doing. The more questions you ask, the more learning you're doing, the better you'll do in your business. You guys are amazing. I love you. so much. If you have any questions whatsoever, please send me a message. I'm going to jump off and eat my ice cream and go to bed. But I will be hustling down tomorrow for yet another day. And yeah, I cannot wait. I cannot wait for Thursdays, for recognition days, for the next coming weeks, because things are just going, shit's hitting the fan for all of the right reasons. So I love you guys. Have a wonderful Tuesday night, and I'll talk to you guys soon.